Hey, this is Miss Schultz, and welcome to your help desk class. Normally, I would physically be there in the media center with you, but I am on maternity leave until October 28th, so I'm not going to be with you guys until the beginning of second quarter. But I still wanted to make sure that you understood the class that you were taking and the course requirements. So I'm creating this video to just help explain the syllabus a little bit more, to clarify for you exactly what I expect you to do first quarter, even though I'm not there, so that there's no confusion and that the class can run as smoothly as possible. But if you do have any questions at the end of this, you can just send me an email. My email's at the end of the presentation, or you can ask Mr. Cranish and or Ms. Thompson, and they will help clarify anything that is an issue. All right, so you're in your help desk class and you may be wondering, what exactly did I sign up for? Essentially, what help desk is you are a media center assistant. You help out with the technology, you help out with the books in the library. It's a pretty flexible class. I try to teach you as much as I can about instructional technology and how a library functions. You're a huge help to me, and to Mr. Cranish, our technology facilitator. So I'm going to break down a little bit more of what you're actually going to be learning in this class. So first semester, the main thing is you're going to be learning about how the Media Center runs. So what are the Media Center procedures? Check in and check out, how to shelve books, where things are located. Ms. Thompson is going to teach you how to do all of this. You're going to learn more about something called digital citizenship and ethics, which is a huge part of our curriculum. During second quarter, you're going to learn about your Genius Hour Inquiry Project, which is going to run all year long. We're not going to worry about this first quarter because I'm not here to explain it to you in person, and it's just easier if I'm there. And then you're also going to start different help desk pathways. Second semester, you're going to continue with the help desk pathways. We're going to learn a little bit about intellectual property and copyright. You're going to do just different activities, maker activities and exploration, and you're going to be finishing up your Genius Hour project. So when I talk about the help desk pathways, there are different things that we tackle in this class. So Media Center tasks is what all of you do. As I said before, you check in and check out. ID badges, particularly if you are in my third block class, you're going to be doing ID badges. You're going to be delivering technology, and you're going to be doing any miscellaneous tasks that are required of you, whether it's helping with Chromebooks with Mr. Cranish, if it is cleaning, if it's organizing, just anything that comes up during a given day. You also have the opportunity to learn about different types of multimedia. You're going to be analyzing and using different apps and evaluating them. You do have the opportunity starting during second quarter, if you would like, and if you have transportation, to go over to J.H. Gunn Elementary School during your class period once or twice a week and help out in the media center there. We've been having this partnership go on since I started at Independence 4 years ago. It's the kids that go over say it's amazing and life-changing, and you're a real help in that media center. So we'll talk about more about that when I get back, and what that's required, but keep that in the back of your mind that that is an option. And it also counts as volunteer hours for whether you need it for your graduation project or for one of your academies, or you just want to log volunteer hours in general. I will count those in addition to giving you credit for the class for going. There's also help desk management. You're going to be helping out with technological issues, particularly in classrooms. When teachers call and they say, I'm having an issue with this or that, we may send you down first to try to diagnose the issue, because sometimes, and I'm not going to lie, it's usually that the teacher did not plug the equipment in or turn it on and off. So it saves Mr. Cranish a lot of time for you to go down and take a look at it first. And the last piece is computer science. We're going to try a little bit of coding. It's not my specialty, but we'll do code.org. And if it's something that interests you, you can dive in further in Khan Academy. Now, sometimes students will pick one of these pathways to focus on, but we've had the most success with students just combining all of these and me just teaching you different things about all of these so you get a nice little overview of all of the things that are involved in library science and instructional technology. So certainly for the first quarter, it's going to be a mix. How I grade this class, um, a lot of this class is hands-on, so but I still need to do things that I can grade. So as you've already figured out, you have to access this online coursework in Canvas. You will have weekly journals. These will be articles or videos or something I want you to respond to and answer a set of questions. You have to do this. There's one a week and it needs to be completed by Friday at 2:30 p.m. If it's not, I'll start deducting 10 points per week that it's late. Those are informal assignments. Performance tests. Performance tests are just the things that you do in the library, like whether you're helping with the Chromebooks. I'm going to give you credit for that. If you do what I ask you to do, I'm giving you credit for that. This is the place where we give you formal credit for doing the things, those miscellaneous tasks and things that we need you to do. There will be assignments periodically, not necessarily every week. Depending on the level of assignment, it will be informal or formal. You will be doing the Genius Hour Inquiry Project, which I mentioned before. Um, the little check-ins for Genius Hour will be informal. The project itself, you will be creating a product out of it, which will be presented as your final exam, which will be a formal grade. You will have a midterm and final exam in this class. You will have plenty of time to do them during class period. I give you advance notice. You don't complete them on the exam days. It's usually before then. And lastly, I expect you to do SSR, silent sustained reading, of whatever you would like for at least 20 minutes a day. You are in a library after all, so I want you to embrace reading, even if you're someone who claims that you don't enjoy reading. Take a chance with it, and then I will have you log it every week, the reading that you do, and I will give you 10 points in formal credit for doing it. How I grade by completion. If you do what you're supposed to do to the best of your ability, I will give you a 100. If you don't do it, you get a 0. If you do a really poor job, then that's when I start to deduct points. But generally, it's very easy to get an A in this class and it's very easy to get an F in this class. So if you do your work to the best of your ability and you do it on time, you will get an A. It's when you don't do those weekly journals, you don't do your SSR, all of that stuff being informal, it still adds up. And I'm going to be frank with you. If you're getting a C in help desk, in my eyes, that's failing. You should be doing better than that. You guys were selected for this class. I have high expectations for your behavior and your performance. So I will hold you to that standard even when I'm not around. If I'm noticing you're not turning in work on Canvas, because I'm still going to be grading your work even though I'm on maternity leave. I'm still going to be looking at it. I'm still going to be grading it and putting it in the grade book. And if I notice that you're not doing anything, I'm going to contact Mr. Cranish and Ms. Thompson to talk to you, and I will send you an email myself. But please don't put me in that position. I would prefer not to do that. I would hope that you would live up to the standards that I think you have. So, what I expect of you of first quarter, since I'm not going to be here. First comes first is Mr. Cranish and Miss Thompson are going to have tasks for you to do. I know that Miss Thompson is going to be doing an inventory of the library. She's going to need your help with that. Mr. Cranish is going to need your help with Chromebook distribution. Whatever they ask you to do is the priority. You will get credit for what they ask you to do. It's usually going to come under performance task, but it may not. I will give you credit and they will notify me about what you do on a weekly basis. So what they ask you to do comes first. I want you to log into Canvas every Monday to view what your weekly assignments are. I will always assign everything for the week on a Monday. Okay, so every week you are expected to complete a weekly journal, okay, by Friday, 2:30 p.m. Log your SSR. There will be a link every week for you to do that. If there is an assignment, I want you to at least start it. I usually don't necessarily give you a firm due date, but it's usually within the week or 2 weeks. I'm going to set up the Canvas modules by week. So you're going to see the modules as they're going to be published weekly as week 1, week 2, week 3. I expect you to complete what is in each module every week. If you don't, because perhaps the tasks that you're doing for Mr. Cranish or Ms. Thompson take too long, just let me know, okay? If you let me know, I will not deduct points. I just ask that you be open with communication and let me know that you weren't able to do the weekly journal. I still expect you to do it. I just won't deduct points for the time taken. And I will return October 28th when it's the beginning of the second quarter. We'll get off to pretty much a fresh start. We'll still continue with the things you're supposed to do, but it'll be a little bit more active and engaged than what you would be doing first quarter. If you have questions or concerns, you can see Mr. Cranish or Ms. Thompson first, but you can always email me with questions, particularly if you have questions about the syllabus grading, and I will respond to you. There is an away message on my email, but I will respond. And as you can see, my battery is running low. But what I'm going to have you guys do now is I'm going to have you take a brief quiz that I'll give you a couple of points for, but just to make sure that you understood everything that I went through and that you actually watched this video, which is good. First step towards success. All right, guys, thanks. And I do look forward to seeing you second quarter. I'm sorry I'm missing out on the first quarter, but just let me know if you have any questions, and I wish you well.